Can you vlog without stabilization? Or if not, what kind of stabilization do you need? It's Ibis enough? Do you need a stabilized lens? Do you need digital? Today we will answer all these questions. Hi everybody and welcome to Beyond Cameras. My name is Davide and I'm an Italian videographer and photographer based out of Hong Kong. So when people find out that I'm a videographer and also I do videos on YouTube, on this channel and my other channels, they all ask me the same question. What camera do I need for vlogging and what characteristics should it have? Unfortunately for them, I'm not much of a vlogger and you'll see this later, so I don't really know what to reply to them. But today everything will change because I want to test what kind of stabilization do you need for vlogging. I want to test if you can vlog without any stabilization at all, or if you need lens Stabe or Ibis, or perhaps digital Stabe. For the test, we will use a couple of different cameras and tests. For the no Stabe, we will use the Sony a6400 that, as I said, doesn't have any in-camera stabilization. And we will use it with the Sigma 16mm f1.4 that doesn't have any lens stabilization. So this will be the setup for no Stabe at all. Then we will change lens and we will use this lens. This is the Sony 16-50, which is the kit lens for the a6400, but this one is stabilized. It has OSS. Then we will move to the a7S III, which I cannot show you because I'm filming with it right now, which has Ibis, and we will use both the normal Ibis and the active Ibis. And we will use it with a non-stabilized lens for two reasons. First of all, I want to see if the Ibis is enough, and also because I don't have a stabilized lens, so I can do the test. All right, let's go outside and do the test. Come with me. All right, we are now on the Sony a6400 with the Sigma f1.4 16mm. And as you can see, I'm not walking right now, but probably it's already quite shaky. Now, if I start walking, and I'm walking quite slow, as you can probably see from the side camera, it's shaky quite bad. And if I start walking faster, you can see that it's probably unmanageable. You can't vlog with that. One could argue that you can stabilize this in post, either with Premiere, DaVinci, and so on and so forth. But as you probably know, especially when it's very shaky, like if I'm doing this, it will be very wobbly in the corners. I will try to stabilize it now, and let's see the effect, but I'm pretty sure it will not be very usable. All right, now I am on the Sony 16-50mm, which is the kit lens for this camera. And I forgot to mention before that I was holding the camera from the lens, which is the most stable way to hold the camera if you handheld. But now since this lens is much smaller, I can't do that, so I need to hold the camera from the body. As I mentioned, this lens is stabilized, so if I walk, it should be better than before. I'm not really sure, I haven't checked this footage yet, so we will check when we go back in the studio, but should be better. And even if I walk faster, I don't expect it to be much better, but it should be a little bit better. So it will be a better solution probably to vlog with. Again, we will see how this works when we go back to the studio, but I just wanted to give a quick overview of a stabilized lens when you walk. Even, I'm not walking that fast, but even when you walk, let's say faster than normal, it should be a better option for vlogging. So let's switch now to the a7S III that, as you know, has the Ibis, the in-body image stabilization. Let's go. All right, we are on the a7S III that, as I said before, it is the Ibis. I'm not moving, I'm just standing right now. We are on the Rokinon 18mm, which is not stabilized, so we are only using the Ibis. Now, if I start walking slowly, as I was doing before, you should see that it's better. It should be better at least. It's not as good as the active Stabe that we will try in a second, but should be much better than the non-stabilized camera, even with the stabilized lens. If I start walking faster, we probably see some shakes. Last test I want to do is switching on the active Stabe. All right, now we have the active Stabe on. As you can see, there's a small crop, but should be much stable. So if I walk slowly as I'm doing now, again, I'm holding the camera by the lens. And even if I walk faster, it should be much better. They should have some fix for this because sometimes it's kind of shaky, but I think overall is a pretty good solution. So now we go back to the studio, we see the footage, and we decide if you can actually vlog with a non-stabilized lens or a non-stabilized camera. Let's go back. As you've seen, I've taken other shots and B-rolls while coming back here because I wanted to show you what the different stabilization mechanisms do to the image quality and to the image itself. And also because when you vlog, it's true that you most likely, film yourself, but most of the time you want to have some B-roll to add context to your vlog. So I did this for this reason. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the different stabilization mechanisms we've seen and which one is your favorite if you were the one to vlog. I've noticed that the ND filter I was using was heavily vignetting on the cameras, so I apologize for that. I've used that filter many times and that never happened, so I'm not really sure why this time I had all the vignetting in the image. So again, apologize for that. Going back to the Stabe test, I would say that this combo, the A6400 with the non-stabilized lens, is obviously the worst, and I don't think anyone could vlog with it. And also I would say that in my opinion, having a stabilized lens on a non-stabilized camera, it's not enough for vlogging if you want to walk. It was okay when I was still, but when I started walking again, it was really shaky. So I wouldn't recommend that for vlogging. If we talk instead about the A7S III, I would say that I was surprised, but not in a positive way, on the internal Ibis, because I thought the Ibis in the standard mode was much more powerful than it actually is. I don't know if I was holding the camera wrongly. As I said, I'm not really a vlogger, but I was holding it by the lens, which should be the most stable way to hold a camera. So I'm really disappointed by the internal Stabe. I have to say that when I use the camera for normal shooting, which is what I do, the normal Stabe, the Ibis, is totally fine. I seldom use the active unless I have to have some very stable shot. But in this case, for vlogging, I think the Ibis of the A7S III is not that great. However, when we switched on the active mode, then everything changed. You have the 1.1 time crop, which is not that bad, but it's much more stable. And differently from other kind of active stabilization or digital stabilization that other cameras have, this works much better because you don't have the wobbly corners as you normally would have on the other cameras with the digital Stabe. So all in all, if I would have to recommend to anyone a camera for vlogging, of course it depends on the price, I would say go for the A7S III and use the active mode. If not, you probably cannot get away with just a non-stabilized camera with the stabilized lenses we've seen, but at least get a camera with a good Ibis. So this is my conclusion for today. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, as I said, and what you're using for vlogging if you're a vlogger, what kind of lens, what kind of camera. I'm really eager to understand better what you're using and what you think about the different Stabe mechanisms we've seen. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I see you in the next video here at Beyond Cameras.